Right, here we go. Back again. Back again. Okay? And it is a US and UK coronavirus lockdown update. Alright? And I mean, it is really quite bad now. And it is all over the world, let's face it. And the this lockdown, it's going to be huge. Okay? And it is coming if it's not with you already, right? And in the US, officials are now saying that some areas will have to wait for medical supplies. Okay, so this could become quite a big problem. All right, in terms of people's medical needs, as we've explained before, right? And it's saying governors plead for masks and ventilators, but a top US official says some areas will have to wait. Okay, so what areas will it be? And how will they decide who gets what? So will it be rural areas that get left out? That could be the case. Okay, and also reported quite a lot, I noticed, is that the US lockdown could last for 10 to 12 weeks. Okay, and that is also a similar sort of timeline that has been reported in the UK, alright, and other places in Europe. And another strange one, because a senator has also now tested positive. Okay, so this is another person that we can add to the list of positive cases who are either MPs, figures, celebrities, or my favourite one, actors. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that one, right? And for days now, because this is a four days ago, this article, they've been saying that the lockdown is coming. Okay, foreignpolicy.com 4 days ago. Sorry, America, the full lockdown is coming, right? And we have been saying it is coming, I think probably for everyone. And also, in the New York Post, it was saying that April is going to be worse than March, right? So they're basically telling us that things are going to get a lot worse, I'm afraid, okay? And it says, politicians won't admit it yet, but it's time to prepare physically and psychologically for a sudden stop to all life outside your home, right? So that's pretty frightening in that, really, when you think about it, okay? That could mean quite a lot. I mean, society as we know it is probably going to change after this, right? And people are saying, internet shutdown is a rumour, or is it really happening? Question mark. Okay? And we touched on this a bit last time, right? And I have seemed to notice that places like Myanmar and India in that direction, they seem to be having internet shutdowns that are happening. Although I'm not really sure what they are in terms of coronavirus cases, but here it's been reporting India unplugged. Okay, how do internet shutdowns affect the digital world? So they're having quite a lot of problems, and like I touched on yesterday, there is a lot of reports of traffic, web traffic soaring. Okay, and even the internet stocks are now soaring as well. Okay, so there's money to be made there if anyone's into making money in stocks and shares, right? But in the UK, they're saying that UK could be put on lockdown if Britons ignore advice, right? So they're saying again, they're still saying that people aren't listening, right? But when I'm out for essentials, no one is out. So I'm not really sure who they're on about here, okay? And just tonight, Sunday night, they were saying UK could face Italian-style lockdown. And like I reported, people are actually asking for it now, right? And this article was also saying that people aren't listening, right? It says, the public must stop congregating in public or face new coronavirus enforcement measures within 24 hours, right? And again, they're saying that people aren't listening, and it's amid growing concern that attempts to encourage social distancing were being ignored, right? And they were also saying that young people are not listening, right? So what's that going to mean? Tighter laws, possibly the military, okay? And I did also see this in the New York Post. Germany banned gatherings of more than 2 people, except for families. Right, so no more than 2 people now in Germany loitering outside. Alright? And in Australia, they have now banned all gatherings in pubs, cafes and other places, okay? So small businesses there, like in the UK, will be hit badly, alright? And speaking of cash, and the cashless society, like we touched on yesterday, Lincoln and Holland tunnels to stop accepting cash for tolls, right? And Jersey Evening Post, no more cash on the buses, right? So their buses have stopped accepting cash, right? Card payments only. And one of my friends on Facebook had shared this, from the Globe and Mail. Bank of Canada asks retailers to stop refusing cash payments, right? So a lot of retailers have been refusing cash payments, and I'm not actually sure if they can do that, to be honest. But also, avoid going overboard on cash withdrawals during coronavirus crisis, right? So banks are basically warning that people shouldn't panic and take out all their money, right? But that's easy to say when you're the bank, not when you're the person that's on the street and unsure of what even tomorrow is going to bring. Okay? So anyway, I'll be back with another update, of course. But that is about it. Bye-bye.